is we just have a small amount of time. After that, we've got the summer to leave early, to maybe come in a little later, to do all the things that we want to do. And I've got to make sure that you guys understand this, because this is so important, okay? Because we're in a season place here. This is our season. So we've got a small amount of time to do what we can. So we need to be here maybe before time. We need to stay here after work. We need to run that extra mile. We need to do that extra thing for the client. Why? Because come summer, that client is going to be in Michigan, or she's going to be in Colorado, or Maryland, or the Hamptons, and whatever. And we don't have her. We do know our core clientele, and we do need to remember how to take care of them as well. It's just like having a restaurant, and you don't take care of your locals. Well, in the summer, when everyone's gone, the locals don't want to come either. So it's important that we understand who the client is, who are local clients, and who are our snowbirds, and etc., etc., etc. I want to make sure that you understand this, because we don't have much time left. We've got until maybe Mother's Day or Easter. I think it all starts changing after Easter, between Mother's Day. And then that's it. There's a big drop-off, as you guys know. If you don't know and you've never worked here on the island before, then it's going to be a little bit of a rude awakening, because you will notice it is a lot quieter. But that's the time that we get to go on vacation. That's the time we get to go and do those things. That's the time when you've got to start organizing. Like, okay, I want to leave a little earlier. You guys are going to organize. You're going to organize with Michelle. Like, you're all going to be part of it, okay? Because, again, we are not like in New York, where the winter after Christmas is going to be dead for the next 2-3 weeks, and then it picks up again. We have to remember, from November, pretty much Thanksgiving, until May the 1st, or no, mid-May, we can't take a vacation. We can't go away. Do I make myself clear? I can't hear anything. Yeah. Oh, that was really enthusiastic. Okay. Well, I know it sucks. I understand. And I know that this is part of our job. And we've got to remember that if you're feeling tired in the job you're doing, then maybe you've got to start recognizing, is that the job for me? One of the biggest things that I realized in any kind of work you're going to do, you are not going to be tired in something you love. Okay, it's very simple. And you're not even going to realize, oh my God, is it already 4 o'clock in the morning? I've been cutting hair since midnight or whatever. You are not going to see that. And that is because you have a passion for what you do. And not only that, is you have a love for what you do. So this is something that I was taught this a long time ago, is when you are feeling a little tired, you've got to push yourself. You've got to push yourself with another tiredness. You can always get more tired later on. So I want to see a lot less people standing where Jerome is right now, okay? I want to see a lot less people just sitting over here or standing over here. I want to see a lot less of someone coming over to do something and then going back to their little spot. I want to see more people on the floor behind the stylist, behind the colorist, behind everything. When I made the point 2 weeks ago about our job as an assistant, and I went out the other night with a hairdresser. He's 29 years of age. He's been a hairdresser of the year for 3 straight years. Yet still, he'll go behind this guy and assist him. Why? Anyone can tell me why?
He's always learning.
Because you're always learning. You're always going to learn something. And if you don't learn what to do, you learn what not to do. So at the same time, you're always learning. Now, somebody with that kind of status in his career is willing to go back and have an assistant, or be an assistant with somebody that he knows, or just to be an assistant. He had a great time with me and everything, and he's like, oh, I want to come and work for you. It's not the kind of person that could work for us. But still, the enthusiasm that he has, that he will be there to be assisting somebody that he already doesn't have to assist, that is what you always have to remember. I'm not too proud to take a broom and sweep, and neither should all of you. And when you become the hairdresser, or you become the owner of the salon, or you become the hairdresser of the year, or you become the hairdresser of the world, remember one thing. Take that broom from that person and show them how to properly sweep. Nothing is beneath you. Always remember that. You will always show to the employee that There are no big heads. There are no this. There are no that. It's that we all work together as a team. And even the owner, Kimberly, was here. And I don't know who saw Kimberly start sweeping. Now she could have gone up to any one of you and said, hey, sweep this. But no, she made a point. She got the broom in her 10-inch heels. And there she is, sweeping. Okay, all of you rushed over. Okay, let me do it, let me take it and all that. That's great. But she shouldn't need to be in that position to be actually sweeping it. That's our jobs. That's our eyes. We all have those eyes. And as for you guys, as the assistants, as you can see, we all like to help out. We all want to get in and help out and be part of it. We're not just like, can you sweep this? We don't use any of that, okay? We ask you, please, can you, all this. I need to have the same respect from all of you towards each other. And not just that, towards the client, more importantly. Heads up again when it comes to color rinsing. We're getting some more complaints again, and we're seeing some more color in the ears and things like that. Just be very careful. It is, you have that opportunity to do the shampoos. All of us here, okay? We might need to have Adriana show us how to do the shampoo, okay? Or even Jonathan, because I never hear a complaint from either one of them, okay? This is something that we might have to do. I know that you might not be happy that she is shampooing certain people, but if there's a request there, then there's a demand there, then there obviously the service was given. Not only was the service given, but it was extra. And that client felt special. And that's why she's asking for that person. And that's why they ask for you, or they ask for you, or they ask for you, or they ask for you. Because you made them feel special. And that's something that we've got to remember who we are. That is our core value. We are not a mom and pop store. We don't come in here at 5:02 or 5 past, do our job. Our job is scheduled for 6, and at 5 to 6 we're already walking around wondering how we can leave early, or can I go and leave, can I leave this, can I leave that? No, I don't want to hear anybody ask now until we're in May, okay? Because in May we'll have plenty of time. And you know what? All of you will get the vacation that you deserve. And listen, I'm the first one to acknowledge that you all work very, very hard here. We know that. We've been in that position before. Don't think we haven't. Don't think that we've been the assistants riding around on rollerblades. Maybe that's how you think we used to do it back then. But we didn't. We're walking. We're doing everything as well. We're sweeping. We're here later. We're running the extra mile. We're in a paradise here. We get to come in this beautiful weather. We get to leave in this beautiful weather. Not only that is, we're only asking 2 nights a week for 7 o'clock at night. The rest of the time it's 6. And I work in New York, and you're going to be working from 8:30 till 8:30 at night, even not 9 or 9:30 at night. Because nobody leaves the salon there until the last client is done, especially from color. If you cut somebody and they're in color and you have nobody left, you now have to wait for that customer to come out. If you don't wait for that customer to come out, and you think it's great, let's say there's a problem, how does that look? Not only how does that look, but what does it look like for customer service? There is no customer service. So we've got to remember, we take care of from A to Z. If you already know the client, things can be a little bit different. But brand new clients and clients that have just done color, or they've been in color with somebody new for the first time, you can't leave. You need to be here for that client. Same as in the assistants. If you're going to leave, it's Jerome or Jody that are going to say, yes, you can go. Otherwise, we need to make sure that that client has been taken from A until Z. It's as simple as that. There's nothing brain surgery about what we do here. What we do is we try and make sure that we give them the best service. That is what everybody walks in here and says, okay, great ambiance with everybody. Everybody's happy and fun and so on and so on. Great. Plus we get a great service, much better than any other place. Why? Because you understand that's why I blab on about this, or I go on about something for a long time. Because why? I want you to make sure you understand. As you can tell, I'm getting more and more upset because these are things that I'm going to go on and on about. But this is something that we should have already moved away from. Also, when you're going on the floor, anyone that's on the floor or part-time, you cannot use anybody to assist you. You can't have people pre-drying your hair or not. You need to take care of the client from the start until the end. It's important, not just for you, but as well to show the client that you know everything and you're taking care of her. And trust me, it is the only way to build a clientele, especially in an area where, do they come back every 6 weeks? No, they might be here for 3 months and then we won't see them for a year. But when they come back, you're the first person they remember, okay? Because you took care of them. Just like any restaurant that you walk into here in Palm Beach, you go into a restaurant and they're like, Madison, nice to see you again. It's great. You feel much better. All of a sudden they come over and they comp a drink for all of you. Why? Because you go there a lot and because you made friends on the way, and they want to make sure that they understand that, hey, look, she brought in 4 other girls with us. They're going to drink and go crazy. Here we go. Same thing. It's the same. We do customer service. So we need to take care of the client from A until Z. All the time. That was my main thing I wanted everybody to understand, because I really am tired of everyone trying to get out and trying to slip and cut corners. When we do this, it's the customer that suffers. When the customer that suffers, the customer now has a choice, or she will now have a choice. We now have more choices on the island. So now we're going to give the customer even more of a push. Hey, try somebody else if that's better or that's better. We have no room for error, okay? And that's why we do all the training. That's why we do all this. That's why we talk about it. That's why we do this and that's why we do that. Do the other salons do it? Maybe. Who knows? We don't care what they do. We care about what we do and we care about what happens to our clients. So we come back to, again, without the clients, we can all go back and go and work in a mom and pop salon. Okay? But this is Fekkai. We stand for excellent service, exceptional staff. And we need to remember those things every day. Now when you're coming into training class, for you girls, it's your first color class, right? You must be super excited. I hope so for you, okay?
Yeah.
Super, super excited. What I want to make sure tonight is how you rinse your color, okay? This is something that Jerome's going to work with you tonight about a little bit more in depth, because we need to understand why there's too many, okay? If we're going to have 2 a day, it's already too many, okay? It shouldn't happen. Not at our standards, especially at our standards where we've been shampooing now hair for a certain amount of time. You saw what we did to get you the shampoo. Already you must have been like, oh my God, what kind of salon is this? We're just going shampoo. But I hope you understand what we did there, and I hope you understand how it's working for you when we're in the salon. And you can see the difference it is from any salon that you've been to, and it's the clients that is like, my God, that was the most amazing shampoo I ever had. Not only that, it reflects in your pocket at the end of the day. And that's what we're all here for as well. So we need to make sure the customer service is in there. We're not going to be looking at whether that person gave us a good tip or not. I will tell you right now, that is not the way to do it. Why? Because you will start putting a little label over that client, and she'll have a less of a service than she did the first time. And that's not fair. And it shouldn't be like that. She might not have the capacity to be able to give you what you think you might deserve. In fact, for that lady, it might be a lot already for her to come in here. So I really want you guys to kind of not go through that whole name with the money or whatever, because it sets you up already to be this kind of hairdresser later on that's always like, oh, well, what's she going to do? What's she going to do? What's she do? It's not good attitude. And all it does is create negative attitude. And you'll notice when you work with a hairstylist like that, we probably had one at one time, they're not there, you'll notice that negativity will then be you. You will then be that same hairdresser when you're on the floor. And it's not right. Okay? So you need to understand what is good and what is bad. Is there anything else? Jerome, do you think of anything else? Otherwise, we've had some incredible weeks. You guys have pulled in some incredible hours, and we've had some incredible numbers. So we need to continue the motivation. Another thing I wanted to say, and that's what, I don't really need to be doing 2 trainings a month during the season. They told me to do 1. We were supposed to just do 1. Okay, that's what they used to do 1 before, right? Now I'm doing 2 for you guys. I don't have to do it, okay? I don't need to be here. You guys need to get to a certain place. And that's what you've got to remember. And to get there, you're going to need a vehicle. I'm going to be one of them, Jerome's going to be one of them, Ellen's going to be one of them, Fabrice and David are going to be others. And all the rest of the people that work around with you are there to encourage you and help you. This extra training that I'm doing is for you. So I really want to make sure that you spend the time that you need to here. If it's too much for you, let us know. And we won't have the training for you. It will just take you longer to get on the floor. But we're here for you, and we're going to stay here for you. So it's your time. So make the most of this training when you're here. No offense to the models, but it's now that you